Okay, imagine this. You wake up to the sound of the ocean. Take a morning dip into the Atlantic and then spend the whole day chasing amazing foods, missed opportunities, last-minute food finds, and one of my favorite childhood dishes in the most unexpected place. This episode has it all, so let's dive in. There I was, at Pearson Airport, clutching my guilty pleasure, buzzing with the pre-trip excitement. The first flight from Toronto to Reykjavik was not so long, but luck was on my side. I had a whole row to myself. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to sleep on that flight. That's why I downed 2 cappuccinos in Reykjavik. Cheers to caffeine. On my next flight from Reykjavik to Tenerife, things got even better. Not only was I blessed with another empty row, but this time extra leg room. Look at me there stretching out like I was in the business class, while still flying economy. This is what I call jackpot. Finally, after hours in the sky, the moment arrived. I saw it, Tenerife. Just hours ago, snow, and now warm Atlantic breeze. And my brother, super happy to see me. Our first destination was Santa Cruz de Tenerife, and what a drive it was. The further we got from the airport, the more I realized this place didn't look like anywhere I've been before. It almost felt like we landed on Mars. Then the wind turbines came into view. Bro mentioned that these turbines generate a big chunk of Tenerife's electricity. It made sense, the island is always windy. So we rolled into Santa Cruz de Tenerife, the island's capital, and the kind of the city that makes you sit up in your seat the second you see it. We had an important mission here. My brother had pre-ordered the brand new iPhone. And let's be honest, there is something almost sacred about opening a fresh Apple box. And the most satisfying part, peeling off that plastic screen cover. And just like that, a new device in a new place, ready to capture a whole new adventure. And after all the flights, layovers, and scenic drive across Tenerife, my stomach was officially protesting loudly. Eugene knew exactly where to take me, Guannabi, a cozy spot where the menu was full of local flavors. We kicked things off with a true Spanish classic, croquetas de jamón y queso. I took one bite and immediately I got it. Crunchy on the outside, melty on the inside, rich, salty, and absolutely addictive. On top of that, my bro showed me a simple yet genius food trick. Fresh bread, a drizzle of olive oil, and a sprinkle of salt. That's what I call perfect amuse-bouche. Then came another dish, huevos estrellados, a local's favorite that works as both breakfast and comfort food. It's a glorious combination of crispy fried potatoes, sunny-side-up eggs, and tender pieces of meat. After that, we got a slow-cooked, deeply flavored potato and meat stew. This is a kind of meal that makes you want to sit back and smile. Stuffed and satisfied, we decided to walk it off. Santa Cruz was beautiful. There is something about the cities by the sea at night. It's a laid-back but buzzing vibe. I was already starting to understand why my brother was so happy here. Then, before heading home, we made a mandatory stop, the supermarket. We went full bro mode, a ton of meat and a freshly squeezed orange juice. It had been a long day, but something told me this adventure was just getting started.
Good morning.
I woke up late, feeling completely rested, and first thing I've heard, the ocean. Barefoot and still half asleep, Eugene and I walked straight to the water. Awesome! And trust me, the day only gets better from here. So if you're enjoying the vibes, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's keep going! Feeling alive and recharged, we jumped in the car and drove to Las Américas. It's one of Tenerife's most famous spots, a buzzy, sun-drenched coastal area with endless beachside cafes, palm trees swaying in the wind, and the salty ocean breeze wrapping around you as you walk along the shore. By the time we parked, hunger was kicking in, and my brother already knew exactly what I wanted.
he led me straight to Medusa Cocktail Bar, a stylish little spot with ocean views and, more importantly, Syrniki. Now, if you've never had Syrniki, you're missing out. Soft, slightly crispy on the edges, warm and just the right amount of sweet. These little Ukrainian cottage cheese pancakes were one of my favorite childhood dishes. And seeing them on the menu, instant joy. One bite and I was back in the cozy familiar taste, only now I was eating them under the Tenerife sun, with a fresh cup of coffee in hand. By the time we finished, the sky had started turning gold. Sunset was creeping in, so naturally we did what anyone should do in that moment. We grabbed ice cream, found a quiet spot in the shore and just sat there, talking, laughing, watching the sun melt into the horizon. It hit me then. We hadn't seen each other in half a year. 6 months of life happening in different places, time moving fast, messages sent back and forth, but never quite enough. And now here we are, watching the same sun disappear into the same ocean. No rush, no distractions, just being there, in the moment.
Good food, good vibes, and sunset like this, you know what to do.
After perfect sunset moment, there was only one thing left to do. Find food. It was dark, we were getting hungry again, and Eugene already had 2 spots in mind. First up, Tío Martín, a solid bro-approved place, but the second we walked up to the entrance, we knew, no luck, it was fully booked. Okay, no problem, we had a backup. This time we headed to El Mirador de la Marina. I mean, come on, the name alone sounds promising. A restaurant on a pier with ocean views and fresh seafood, it had all the ingredients for the great meal, but again, bad luck, it was closed. So plan C? We rolled the dice on the place we found on the way home, Alecrim Restaurante. And you know what? It turned out to be a solid choice. Of course we started with a glass of local red wine. My bro went for char-grilled, marbled grass-fed sirloin steak, a serious cut of meat, thick, juicy and full of deep, beefy flavor. It came with the chunky homemade chips, alongside roasted spring onions and peppers, adding a nice smoky sweetness. To be honest, the steak was okay. I simply stand by this rule. If you want an unforgettable steak in Europe, go to the steakhouse. On the other hand, I ordered something really special, the pistachio-crusted cod. It was perfectly cooked, buttery cod in a golden nutty pistachio crust, resting on a bed of ratatouille and sweet potatoes. The balance was spot on, the crunch of the crust, the tenderness of the fish, and the sweetness of the roasted vegetables.
Tenerife is already proving to be one hell of a ride, and this was just day 1. If you are loving this journey, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next one.